My name is Dr. Christine Hoffman. I'm the superintendent of the Southern California Regional Occupational Center, also known as SoCal-ROC. Well, I started here January of 2005, and it was a very different place. Prior to me coming here as superintendent, I'd served as a teacher in the K-12 system, as a high school principal, and as a superintendent of 3 different K-12 districts in California. And my experiences with career tech ed, or vocational ed as we called it many years ago, really was not much different than when I came here and what I found here. I believe that vocational education, or career tech ed now, has a real value and a real purpose for our high school students. And I really wanted to change that whole concept in adults' minds, in high school students' minds, about why CTE was important for every high school student.
Hi, my name is Shawn Bates, and I'm the cosmetology instructor here at SoCal-ROC, and I've been here for the last 7 years.
What do you love about this program that Scroc offers students?
Oh gosh, what don't I like? Well, I can speak from my own experience. Like many of our students here, I attended an ROP program when I was in high school. And that was, 5 years ago. All right, really more like 40 years ago. And obviously it's brought me through to my career that I have now, and that's also, allowing other students to find their career.
Earlier I was working on a chignon, and that's an easy, quick, nice looking hairstyle for runway. Any type of fashion show, you don't really want the hair or the makeup to stand out as much as the wardrobe. So that's why we're keeping it simple and quick and easy to do, because we have 50 plus models to work on.
So that's a pretty good ponytail style to keep it pushing faster for them.
Yeah, it's really easy to do, it's really quick, it's sleek, and it's ready to go.
So when you graduate with your hours, what do you plan on doing next?
Well, like I said, I'm going to have my apprenticeship at Umberto, and I'm going to work my butt off there and hopefully get a chair and start making my own clientele and starting on the higher end of things. So.
Our program allows us to really transcend the job placements that we have out there today. We're staying current. In fact, we're going beyond current. Many of the programs that are privately run would not offer programs within their curriculum like our program does here. Brush or groom your model in. Put that ponytail wherever you can. If you need to go high, go high. If you want it in the middle or low, whatever you need to do. Get it nice and groomed tight. Take your first bobby pin. Nothing special, nothing fancy. Stick it in. Okay? You don't have to open it up or anything. Use your hand to support the bobby pin. Stretch, wrap around. When it comes over, you're going to cross over the bobby pin. Continue going around. Now this is going to be super tight, so make sure you have this where you want it to be. When you run out of resistance, okay, or when you run into resistance, you're going to take the bobby pin, turn it back, and stick it in. My students learn airbrush makeup. We learn special effects makeup. You can't get that without paying top dollar at a private college. Not only would they have to have a cosmetology license, but they would have to have advanced makeup training. And that's phenomenally expensive. Here, that is part of their program.
I love Scroc so much because if I were to go to another cosmetology school like Marinello's or Paul Mitchell's or any like brand names that cost me like over 25 grand, probably that's like on a good time. And like Scroc does save me a lot of money, my parents a lot of money, and I will basically come out of high school with a career already in my pocket. And I do plan on going to school, but this is really will help me a lot in my future, so that's why I'm really thankful for Scroc and I'm thankful for Saturn.
So the students are exposed to a little bit of everything that is out there. They can explore hair, makeup, nails, special effects makeup. We cover everything for them. We do vintage makeup. Period makeup is really, look at any TV that's out there. Every commercial has some kind of a period makeup. teaching them. We teach vintage as well as current trends.
We want to be a part of giving them the opportunities to experience firsthand what it's like working in the medical field, or firsthand what it's like working in one of the trades areas, or what it's like working in the whole field of media design.
I love the school. I came back after I was off Torrance Unified Board of Education. I did not run for another term. So I was off of the SoCal board for approximately 2 years and then came back on the Board of Education as an appointed board member. And just this last February 2014, had to resign because I'm now on City Council in Torrance.
My name is Daniel Ashcraft, and I'm Chief Design Officer and CEO of Ashcraft Design. Heidi and I founded Ashcraft Design in 1986. And we're an industrial design company. We consult with a range of international clients to help them grow their businesses. We're always looking to find the latest trends in the market, as it might relate to colors and materials, as it might relate to the mobile experience, people using their iPhones and cell phones. And so that's a big part of what we do.
Mainly, our high school students come after the regular school day and tend to spend anywhere from another hour and a half to 3 to 4 hours in classes at SoCal, and gives them a long day, but it tells you what the facility is worth to these students.
In high school, I thought I wanted to be an architect because I enjoyed the process of architecture in building, of course, large buildings. But when I fell in love when I was introduced to product design because of the intimacy and the size of the products and the relationship it has to humans. And what we do in product design is very similar to architecture, in that what product designers are to products, what architects are to buildings. In terms of, we are trying to understand how people use products. We sit between engineering, the consumer, and the company that's marketing the product.
When the interns come here from like SoCal, what do you guys have them do in here, and how does it impact them as far as getting them experience for the careers that they're going to?
When they come to work for us, we integrate them right into the working environment. So they'll work with Deanna Griffith, our Director of Engineering, or they'll work directly with Britt Ashcraft, our Director of Design, and they will be planted onto a project. So they'll see how the professionals work. They'll be asked to participate in the creative process. As we go through a whole range of different ideas. Somebody comes to us with an idea, we're looking at how people use the products, and then we begin to sketch all these different configurations that the product could take. So it goes in many different forms. And so the students will be working directly with the lead designers to have their own ideas. And some of them might even get used from time to time.
That's good. So they come here, they really come inside of here and leave with some valuable information.
Yeah, we put them to work.
Experience, yeah. And confidence too.
Yeah, they don't just empty the trash cans and change light bulbs, but we actually have them do that too.
Yeah. Makes them coffee.
Makes them humble.
More than that, we have businesses who are coming over here now to interview and actually hire our students on the spot when they complete the programs. And a good example of that is Citibank, who was out here about a month ago talking to and interviewing students who were just completing our banking program and part of the whole business and finance sector. And they were interviewing them for jobs.
Hi, my name is Aaron Alcides. I am a banking executive that now is actually doing real estate. I've been involved in the community in Torrance for many years. I've been the chairman of the board for the Torrance Chamber. I've known of Scroc, or Rock, for many years, and that is through my banking career. I have hired and actually interviewed plenty of people that I had taken classes at Scroc. Back in 1986, I had an experience with an occupational center, and I actually took one of their trainings, and I truly appreciate it, and I think it affected me, it affected my life and my future. Currently, I'm involved in the financial services banking training that Scroc does. I've helped with the customer service side of it, I help with the sales side of it, and I actually go to the school and train kids on how they can actually be interviewed for a job. I have worked with Citibank. They actually now are part of the school. When the classes are over, when the semester is over, at the end, I actually organize with the school an interview day. Kids can actually interview after the training for a potential job.
Hi, I'm Angela Panes, and I'm 17 years old, and I go to Scroc. I'm here today to get an interview for Citibank, and I take banking and finance. It's helped me a lot because I actually know the work now, and it made me learn a lot of stuff about banking and finance, and yeah, it made my confidence really big and high.
I know you're a student right now. What is your long-term goal?
I will be able to create a schedule for myself to make sure that I'm there a little bit earlier than when I should be in, so that way I have everything ready.
Tell me about when you were selling the raffle tickets for the cancer thing. What were you telling clients? What made them want to buy the tickets?
Oh, it was actually for the Inglewood, the fundraiser for the district.
Okay.
Just, trying to hype things up. I mean, the iPad, gift cards, all these things that were giving away. I had set some people to sell at a school.
Okay.
So we had people going to different schools, selling to the staff, the younger kids, the parents after school, and we would have it was 3 things to advertise and sell.
I'm very supportive of Scroc because this is how I got in banking more than 27 years ago. My background is in banking executive for some of the local banks here in the South Bay. And my goal is to give back to the community by making a difference in these young kids that are getting into the age of working, so they can go ahead and present themselves. Today I'm actually doing interviews with more like practice interviews for the kids that are taking the course. So in the future they have an idea what an interview will be like with some of the local banks.
So here's my card, okay?
Thank you.
All right, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Have a good day.
Have a good day. Very good personality. You seemed prepared. You had questions for me. Good examples of customer service is really important. Just the interaction was just very, very well. So you can see him going places.
There are other programs that can be set up and aligned with other businesses that utilize the services. Perfect example. I know the medical and dental field takes advantage of a lot of the kids. There are doctors and dentists that I know that will not hire other people except the people that go through that training. It's a necessity for the city, it's a necessity for the area, because the school serves not just Torrance, but the entire South Bay. There's a need for the kind of education, a need for that kind of training, a need for the opportunities that programs like Scroc offers.
My name is Robert Schuckman. I'm a teacher here at Rock. I've been here for 8 years, and I teach the 3D design and video game career pathway. It's a series of courses that students can take off high school campus, and what it takes to become a video game designer, a special effects film specialist, 3D modeler, animator, variety of pathways they can take from this.
Do some of the students that come out of here, do you actually, can you use them in the real world environment with what you do outside of this?
Yeah, the software the students learn here is applicable to a lot of different fields, not just entertainment video games. Students who take these courses learn 3D software, and that can be taken into industry, to manufacturing, to design of automobiles, all sorts of things other than just video games and film.
What are you working on right now?
Right now I'm working on getting the candles on the wall.
For what project exactly?
For the saloon project.
What do you love about this course?
This course I love about making your own stuff how you want it.
Do you feel that Scroc give them enough tools to actually use in real world scenarios for the outside business?
The facility here at Scroc is top of the line. We have the latest software, good computers. The environment is really conducive to learning.
So what made you want to start taking this?
I don't know. I just wanted to keep my brain sharp. I do art anyway, and I thought, well, let's try a new medium.
Right.
Yeah, I love it.
Did you do a job like this before?
No, I've only done oil and acrylic.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
that's a big difference?
Oh, big time, yeah. But I love it. It's wonderful. Well, here I can afford it, but in a university, it's thousands of dollars more. I'm retired. I'm going to be 63 this summer, so. But this allows me to take it and kind of get the feel for it. And there are some free 3D programs online that I can learn. But now that I have the basics, I can probably do others. I'm trying to reproduce this picture. I still have some work to do. So what I've done is I have used the materials that are provided with the program to kind of simulate the sky. And then using a smoke, my instructor showed me how to use smoke to simulate clouds. Then I model the other objects here. Here are the columns. Let me go back over here. See, I model them and then I add like materials onto them to make them look like old weathered bricks. And then I import it to the other scene that you just saw.
How long have you been in this course?
Second semester since it started.
Like that? Okay. What do you love about this course?
Everything, man. Teaches you a lot. You know, something I didn't really want to take this class, but once I took it, I really liked it. And it was a life-changing experience. You know, now I'm taking it under consideration to go into video game design. It's really interesting and really fun.
What company do you want to work for when you get out of here?
Maybe DICE, Battlefield stuff.
What are you working on right now?
It was a Code 45. It was a little project that we had to do for a bar that we had to make. And yeah, the only thing I didn't do was put a texture on it, but everything else is done.
They come here and it's not like being on a high school campus. And the instruction they get here is not like they get on a high school campus. The labs we have are not like on high school campuses. So it's a big difference.
Do you think that students that come to these type of schools can learn and go straight into the workforce, or do they have to go to college? Some people might choose not to go to college and go straight working, or some people might choose college. It doesn't, it's no wrong choice, but what do you feel about as far as going straight from here to work?
Well, I think it's possible if they apply themselves. The whole paradigm for higher education, as you know, is changing. College educations do not mean what they did when we were growing up. And a good technical education is something that can get you into the workforce nowadays.
How long did it take you to make it?
2 months, 2.5 months, I think. Yeah, about that.
2 tedious months?
Yeah. Just continuing, just making my own ideas, just trying to think what else I can do in the map and what I can include, surprises, That's how I made it.
Okay, here, the career pathway that I teach involves 5 classes. There's a basic 3D animation and modeling class. There's a 3D character design class. There are 2 video game design classes, an advanced and an intro. And then the 5th class is a practical creature sculpting class where we actually use clay and tangible materials to create creatures designed for film, video games.
It's our instructors. Our instructors, for the most part, are coming from industry. So they're working in the industry, they are the experts in the industries, and then they're coming over here late afternoon, early evening to then teach their craft. And so that's a real significant difference between what a lot of career tech ed is on high school campuses and maybe in some of the community colleges and other venues. That's a real difference here.
Hi, my name is Pete Freeland, and I'm an aerospace engineering instructor with the Southern California Regional Occupation Center. I've been with SoCal ROC now for about 6 years and actually helped to start the aerospace engineering curriculum there. One of the great things that SoCal ROC does is it offers an educational program for students that they can't get in a regular high school. Regular high schools don't have the type of instructors, they don't have the resources, they don't have the community areas to plug into that SoCal ROC has. The class that I teach, Introduction to Aerospace Engineering, is part of the curriculum through Project Lead the Way. Normally a student would start out in the Principles of Engineering course or something similar in the schools, trying to get a background of physics, electronics, mathematics, things like that. And then when they get to our program, the Aerospace Engineering, they're able to see how that all comes together and how engineering synthesizes into some really cool things, building aircraft, building spacecraft. We combine not only regular classroom instruction with field trips out to sea, like the space shuttle, for instance, or out to the air museum. I've taken students up in airplanes. I've had them see, and talk with pilots, engineers, all other different disciplines in there to see what that kind of job is, what that career is.
We have a little lever that keeps the engines from going a certain extent, and we have this wire that separates the two ignite powers to be able to shoot the dynamite out of the back of the rocket so that it can go. In the top here, we have a display where it pops out as soon as it reaches a certain level of magnitude, and then it comes out and it floats back down.
One of the cool things we get to do in the aerospace class is launch rockets.
2, 1.
These aren't just the little teeny tiny rockets. We want some big rockets. F equals ma heavy on the F. We want the students learning how to actually work the rockets. And when they do this, they're learning not only how to safely operate the rockets, but all of the principles of flight.
What do you think?
That was a very
unsuccessful flight.
Yeah?
That's what I have to say.
So tell me what you're learning and what class you're in.
Well, I'm in aerospace engineering. What we're learning is apparently the history of flight, aerodynamics.
And the propulsion systems on rockets such as this one.
I guess we misfired with this one and it blew to pieces.
Okay.
They've gone through several weeks of training before that time in understanding the theories of rocket propulsion, of aerodynamics, high-speed aerodynamics, how all of these things come together. And when they do the class project like the rockets, they have an opportunity to see their application of the technology and application of the principles come to life. It's a lot of fun.
The other difference is that so many of our programs have an externship as a key component to that. In other words, they're learning how to do the skill, how to do the trade, and then they're going out and they're actually able to practice that skill in the real world setting.
My name is Andrew Abeda. I come from Redondo Beach, California, and I heard about Scroc through a family member. And since I've been here, the knowledge that I've gained is really invaluable. On the career that I'm in now is an excellent career, but this class that I'm taking is just a stepping stone to help me move on to a better career, to further my career. The instructor, I can't thank the staff enough for letting us come here. I mean, this is a trade school in effect, and it's not your typical college where you come and learn, your book studies. You're actually learning hands-on stuff, and these are circuit schematics. So we're learning to do electrical circuits. We're learning to wire sockets, lights, how to run the wire, what type of wire to run, where the wire should go, and yeah, I do feel that Scroc has provided us with, the hands-on, not only hands-on, but also the book learning to succeed in the real world when we do go look for jobs. And it feels like they've gone above and beyond what they should.
Oh, we're working on the house, putting electrical wiring, electrical all over the house. Right now we're trying to find out what circuit is going to go into the breakers.
Each number represents the circuit, so the circuit 4, circuit 1, 2, 3, 9, and then the neutral. We got to find out from all of these which one goes to what room,
which one goes to the restroom, the rooms. Especially if you're working, electricity is really hard. You don't want to burn nothing or hurt yourself either. They give us practically the skeleton of a house to work on. Is actually what we're going to be working on when we're out in the real world. They're going to call us up, they're going to give us this, we have to wire everything. So it's really hands-on. I like it. Really good teacher. So.
Grounds don't matter, huh?
They teach you the hands-on skills, and then they have they have job postings, and they have job placement, and they have assistance with job placement.
Hello, my name is Pat Morrow, and I'm the Career Guidance Specialist here at SoCal Rock. And what I do is I am an advocate at the high schools. I have 3 different districts, Manhattan Beach, Palos Verdes, and Redondo. And what I do is I spend time at those schools every week, and I sit with the students and we do a career pathway. This is something that is very, very rare in the high school setting with the high school counselors, and it's something that is so pleasurable to the students. We talk about what they want to do after high school graduation. Is it a 2-year, a 4-year? Workforce, military, all these different choices that many, many times no one has even talked to them about.
Okay, my name is Lucy Gutierrez. I was asked to work at Scroc in 1988. I've been here and I have talked to hundreds and hundreds of students, and I'm the Scroc lady. And I see them in the community, I live in the community, and they all say, oh, classes we took at Scroc benefited us because now we have a job. Now we know the career that we're going to do. And a lot of them thought, for example, they were going to be dentist. And they took a dental class and they said, wow, that's not really what I want. But they took what they were taught and applied it, and then went to another career that they figured out that was more for them.
Here at SoCal Rock, we will be able to identify that that pathway and that passion, and usually it's something that they're good at and something that they love, and their eyes sparkle. They're ready. They're committed. It makes those kinds of courses that they don't care about many times on their campus kind of okay, because they get to come over here after their school day voluntarily and work at something again for another extended that they want to do. It's a pleasure. I enjoy every single one of these students. It's a very unique setting here. I tell the students, this is very different than your high school setting. It's very grown up. They appreciate that. They step up. We have students as young as 9th graders that come over here once a week. And those little boo-boos, they just smile and they love being here. And once they're here, they usually stay. And I have many, many graduates now that I've seen this summer that are coming back as graduates to follow their career pathway and do a couple classes at community college or work, but they want to do something that is meaningful and in that career pathway of their passion.
The question that I asked the students for since '88 when I started is, what is your career goal? What is your dream? What would you like to do when you finish high school? And then, they gave me some ideas, and with those ideas, we kind of figured out what was the best class to take that will get them to that goal.
working for doctors, working for dentists, working in a preschool setting with a master teacher, working in a trades area, working with, let's say, with a plumber, or working with an electrician. Those are real differences in terms of what students get here at SoCal Rock versus what they would just get in a typical high school classroom.
Hey, how you doing? Good, good. Thank you. Wow.
We have so many scholarship winners tonight, we thought we'd separate them out into two groups. And so we'd like to do a little bit different special recognition at this particular point in the program. And these are our Shining Star recipients. And what is a Shining Star? Well, a Shining Star is someone who has given, supported, has been an alumni of SoCal Rock. We've recognized legislators, we've recognized industrial designers, former students, just for their special contributions to SoCal Rock and making SoCal Rock what a very, very special place that it is in the entire state of California.
Company and beginning his college career. And I gotta say, having a combination of graphics design and aerospace, you're going to see the coolest airplanes in space. Oh yeah. Congratulations.
So many kids go to college not knowing what they want to do, and they end up dropping out and end up in debt, and they can't even get jobs as a result of that. But when people go to Scroc, they're able to pursue what they actually want to do, get certified for what they want to do, and they end up, in most cases, leaving the school, getting a job. It's a very successful program. They don't get as much recognition as they should.
We've been around a long time, actually since 1967, almost 47 years serving the South Bay, providing what we used to call vocational education, and now we call career technical education. And about 8 years ago, SoCal Rock led the state in redefining career technical education. We said at that time, this isn't your mother's ROP. This is a brand new place.
I have way too much water. So Ruben is basically looking at medical or art career, or maybe a combination. You know, he'll do the really cool anatomy books or something like that. I don't know, just thinking. His classes have given him the knowledge of the human body, how to build one, how to save one, not like in a Frankenstein way. Well, there you go. You never know. You never know. So he's going to be completing his GE requirements at local community college, and then going on from there, either drawing or fixing bodies, one or the other. So congratulations. And his pursuit for perfection brings out the passion in his work, and obviously inspires everybody around him. So congratulations.
Years ago, Chevron saw SoCal Rock and decided to include us in donating funds for various purposes for our SoCal Rock campus.
I wanted to take advantage of this opportunity to present SoCal Rock, which, by the way, I'm a Hawthorne High grad, and so I was the recipient of Scroc, which I call it. It takes me a long time to go from Scroc to SoCal Rock. I'm one of those kids that took, well, one of the only girls, that took auto shop, metal shop, welding, photo, so this is great. If I presented you all with this check tonight. This is our second check of $50,000 to SoCal Rock for all the fine work that you all do. Thank you, SoCal Rock, for this fine honor, for thanking my company, Chevron, and me as a Shining Star for 2014. Just absolutely thrilled to be here tonight to receive this award on behalf of my company. My name is Lily Craig. I work for the Chevron refinery in El Segundo. Been there for 32 years. But I've grown up and lived in the South Bay area for most of my life. Went to school at Hawthorne Heights. I'm a Cougar, proud to be a Cougar grad. Actually, when I was young and in high school, at the time it was called Scroc. Scroc helped me when I was a kid. This is a great organization. I heard tonight they've been around for 47 years and constantly doing great things. I found myself during dinner and during the awards saying, wow, amazing, so many times as the kids were walking up and getting their recognition, their scholarships. Just absolutely in awe of the kids and SoCal Rock. So thank you, SoCal Rock, for everything you do.
Isn't this a great evening that we are having tonight to recognize all our stars? On behalf of our Board of Education here at SoCal Rock, I welcome you all to this wonderful event. But I think there's one group that we all need to recognize, and those are the people who make our stars. And I think it'd be appropriate for us all to give a big round of applause to our teachers, our staff, and our administrators that make all of this possible and give you the fine education that you've received.
Where all students, regardless, college-bound, non-college-bound, not sure, going directly into the workforce, whatever, SoCal Rock and career technical education plays a very, very important part in every student's life.
My name is Dr. Allison Yarbrough, and I've had the privilege of working here at SoCal Rock for 2 years now in the engineering and design sector. And my class is called The Exciting World of Engineering, and it's a kind of an engineering overview course for 9th and 10th graders, where we primarily focus on exposing the students to different aspects or different disciplines in engineering, a little bit about what mechanical engineers do, aerospace engineers, electrical, civil engineers, and just give them some of the fundamentals. And every class is focused on hands-on activities.
These are pretty much the skeleton, so to speak, of a hand. And like we use these strings, and when we pull them, they move forward. And if we spin them around in the little red beads here, it's tightly and then slowly loosen them, it's gonna bring back the fingers back to where it was.
One of the reasons that when I was approached about coming to work with the students and staff here at SoCal Rock is that moniker, education with a purpose, that the goal here is to provide the students with an environment and an expertise that will then launch them into one or more career pathways that might actually be of interest to them in their longer term careers. So I think what sets SoCal Rock apart from some other institutions is that cadre of industry experts and folks from the community that actually practice in the respective professions and can bring that real hands-on, real life, every day in the life of an engineer or professional into the classroom and augment that with the academics.
This is a high-fiving thing. You give people high fives. I don't know what else to say. Oh, yeah. I don't know what else to say. So you can go.
Well,
Why did you guys make it?
Well, because we felt that this was probably the easiest thing to design, and it's the first step in allowing people to be able to use prosthetic limbs. So if there's one specific action, if you would like to do at least one thing, this is definitely the simplest way to go.
You know, we really try to stay abreast of what's going on in industry so that we can continue to refresh our curriculum so that when students leave here and go into a workplace or work environment, they're already in lockstep with what is playing out there. one of the things that is really booming right now is 3D printing, or what's called additive manufacturing. And we want to expose our students to that, and with some of the funds that Chevron provided for us, we were able to purchase 2 3D printers from a company that is the leader in, I'll say, the hobbyist and semi-professional 3D printing market.
We're Team Echo. I'm Tyler. This is Nathaniel, Andrea, and Robbie. And the goal of our project was to create a prosthetic arm for anybody who is missing an anybody who is missing a limb. And pretty much the prosthetic arm that we made is supposed to grapple objects and hold them.
Our project's main goal was to solve the problem of losing a limb and replace it with a prosthetic hand or arm.
See, they faced challenges just like in the practical engineering world, where not everyone that you're counting on can actually be available to help you. The materials that you're given are not ideal. The second year that I had the privilege of teaching this course was really facilitated by a generous grant, in fact, 2 generous grants from Chevron Corporation. Over the course of, I believe it was a winter break, the entire facility was renovated top to bottom. I mean from the rafters to the flooring. All the furniture that you see here and that our students use was purchased with the resources that Chevron provided. We have upgraded equipment, and it's just created an environment that is a lot more representative of what the students are going to encounter when they go to their first internship or their first job. This looks like an engineering lab because of the generosity of Chevron Corporation.
I also learned that it's important for everybody to work together and not just like for one person to have all the responsibility, because it allows everybody to work on a certain project and it makes them feel like a part of it, and it actually makes the project more successful.
You have to work in a certain amount of time to get things done, and it might not go your way, but you still have to get it done for the customer that ordered it.
I think I learned that sometimes even if you don't think your idea is good, sometimes getting it out there will help your teammates continue the thought, and then they'll be able to help you figure out how to fix your problem.
All right, so here's my question for those of you that raised your hand and said, I came into this class knowing I wanted to do something in engineering. Do you still want to do something in engineering having gone through this class?
Yes? This is the wonderful world of engineering.
The wonderful, you like that title, the wonderful world. You know, it's just so wonderful to see what you've accomplished in a semester. So all of you, you're great students. We're happy to have you here at SoCal Rock, and maybe we'll see a lot of you back here in September, continuing in your pathway. Thank you very much. Good job. We have to start realizing that welders, that animators, that medical assistants, that automotive technicians, these people have value in our society.
Yeah. We were really happy, and now something happened. Yeah, we were actually running with the engine, and all of a sudden quit on us. So possibly there is a problem that we are troubleshooting right now. Yeah. Among those problems is this vacuum diagram. So this is the kind of technology that we need just to fix cars. We need computers to give us this information. Yeah, it's pretty cool. That's wonderful. So what else do you find?
Right, we need this one.
You need that one?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see.
Yeah.
Where's that one going, huh?
There was a long plastic tube connected to this.
Yeah.
My name is Almendra Alves. I'm 18 years old. I come from Torrance High, and Scroc gave me an opportunity to take this program because it's the school provides it for me, and later in life I want to be a mechanic. So it's like, it's hard kind of to be a girl, and the reason why I'm here is because I want to show the other people that I can do it. And my dream is actually to open an all-girls shop, so that to prove to the other guys that us girls can make it in like other things that they can do too. So yeah.
You're doing something good. Okay. So this is for 95 Land Rover, Range Rover, Audi, WB.
I'm very thankful for my family and friends to keep me motivated going to the school. To finally get to this place where I want to be.
Tell me a little bit about why you love the program that your son's attending and how it has created a pathway to where he really wants to be.
Scroc has served a fantastic purpose for my family and my son, because it enabled him during high school to follow classes here at Scroc. Casper did AutoCAD, he did welding classes as well as automotive, and it's a great stepping stone to go to a private school where he's now learned the foundation and the practical experience, and as well as learning from the teachers, he's learned a tremendous amount from his fellow classmates, because some of them have already a much deeper foundation, and learning from your peers seems to work better than learning in a classroom environment.
How'd you hear about Scroc?
We knew about it through the high school in Palos Verdes, and quite a few students have gone here. Also from friends of ours that have gone to Scroc way back 20 years ago, that build a foundation for them to become pilots or mechanics in the airline industry. So it's a very wide program and enables every child to kind of develop the interest level that they go for.
Do you love the support that your dad has you motivated and keeping going what you're doing for your dreams?
Absolutely, yes.
So my name's Jose Bueno. I go to South High School. I'm currently a senior, and this is really helping me out. I like this class because not only is it giving me skills that I will need eventually, but it also has helped me out get a job in the industry. And without it, it'd be a lot harder to get the skills elsewhere, because everywhere they want someone that already has experience.
What's wrong with it?
I'm gonna make it on new.
What do you mean by that?
Like engine overhaul. Like I'm gonna rebuild it, everything. I'm gonna change everything on there.
What's your specialty?
Just engine repair.
This philosophy, I think, really has transformed SoCal Rock, the center, but I also think that we were on the forefront of really changing the whole definition of career tech ed for the state of California, because we said career tech ed is for all students, not just for some students. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for coming to Yin and Yang, where opposites intertwine. Earlier today, we had an art exhibit here in this room of student artwork from our digital photography, our animation classes, our media design, and now our beautiful fashion show. At SoCal Rock, we are the leaders in providing career technical education in a vast array of areas from 5 major sectors, and the design sector is one of those. Students come here from all over the South Bay, high school students, adult students, to learn, to further their career passions, and to be involved in a variety of a multitude of learning experiences that will further them in terms of their ultimate career goals.
I got my first camera when I was in 8th grade as a little graduation present. You know, I thought nothing of it. I'd take pictures of whatever popped out at me. I got into high school and I started doing traditional photography with the film, developing, and all of that. And then I heard about Scroc and how it was digital, and I was like, okay, I want to broaden my photographic horizon and try it. And it's completely different to see how it became modernized from the typical film to the advanced technology in Photoshop.
We expect that our instructors offer our students instruction from industry experience. We expect that our administrators provide the foundation and the parameters by which we can provide optimal learning opportunities and events such as this tonight. And I think what you will see tonight with our students and their various fashions that they have designed, that they are having modeled, that the work is just incredible. And their instructor, Debbie Tribble, and again, just welcome and thank you for being part of this wonderful design sector event tonight. Thank you.
I'm nervous. And this whole year being in this class has come to this moment, not just for me, but for everyone else. And I have to memorize all this, I guess, while they're filming.
The fantastic fashion show you've all been waiting for, an exclusive premiere of our top secret fashions by the outstanding designers here at SoCal ROC.
I won the most marketable award, and they said that it was because that my collection was what they could see most consumers like wearing and buying right off the rack, and which is really appreciated because, like, you know, ready to wear and buy stuff is one of like the biggest markets when it comes to like the fashion industry. So being able to make clothing that people can actually wear is huge. It's, you know, going to be a good source of income. It's steady. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. As well as beautiful. Yes, as well as beautiful. So I'm really happy that I won that award because I know that knowing that I can do that means that I'll go far in this career.
I've been so excited to be here tonight to watch my students present this fashion show, and I can't wait to see where they go. So look for them on the next top model runway, or you might see them at Disney designing the next costume. Anything's possible with these students.
Today's fashion show was absolutely awesome. The students, all the designers, they did a phenomenal job, and my makeup and hair girls, knocked it out of the park. We did Day of the Dead, we did high fashion, we did glamour, we rocked it. You can't get that at any other school other than SoCal ROC. What other school allows you to work backstage, behind the scenes, and work with live action models? It's awesome.
I think it has national impact, and I think we have to keep really pushing in every way we can, whether it's through national magazines, whether it's through our state legislators, whether it's through our school boards and other professional organizations. We have to keep pushing this concept, because every single person in our society has value.
Okay, you guys, let's keep it going. I know we do have a test. 5 more minutes, we'll take that test. You guys will be allowed to study for a few minutes. No sweat, you guys. Keep doing your thing. Don't pay me any mind. As earlier, I'm going around making sure you guys are using the correct form, which you guys are. You guys are fully aware of that. I only intervene if I feel that, you're not using the correct form. Okay, this is very creative. I don't know what it is. Okay, I like that. And that's one thing I offer. I offer creativity, and I noticed that students are doing the same thing by making sure that the exercise is not only creative, but very beneficial. And this here is very creative. It's using a tuber band or a resistant band, which adds resistance in this exercise. What muscle is being targeted? Would it be if he's going lats?
Yeah, that's going up.
I would say lats would be helpers, but by the legs going up and down, you're crunching, so it would be abs. Yes, but you're hanging, so you're going to feel it in the lats as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
So your antagonist would be your abs, right?
The antagonist would be your abs, and the antagonist would be, which is the opposing muscle. That would be your lower back, which is the erector spinae. Okay, now if lats are helpers, there's another muscle that would be a helper. Deltoids, front delts, yes. Okay, this is what we call, these are called prime movers, assistant movers. Again, muscles knowing their roles. Not only that, we have starting positions, anatomic positions. So what was your start position?
Inferior.
Inferior, and your ending position?
Is superior.
Ended in the superior, so it means he started low, inferior, and he ended high, which would be the superior. And sometimes it can be the opposite. You can reverse it. Some exercises calls for starting at a high level or position, which would be the superior position, finishing with a inferior position, a low position. You guys did great. What set was that? Basically here we offer what many schools don't offer, which is unfortunate. At home schools, basically a typical class would be a phys ed class, whereas they would do the basic, what I call the basics, running, walking, some of your calisthenics. Here we do that and some, but not only that, we know exactly what muscles we're working. We know what muscles are helpers in that exercise. I look at it as a game. Every player needs to know his or her role, and it's the same thing with muscles, with exercises. And importantly, we can also call out the key terms, opposed to arm, leg, back, shoulders. We do mention that, but I prefer the students to use the muscle term, which would be for the arms, front arms, biceps, for the back arms, triceps. And calling out those terms, we know that we're dealing with 2 muscles, biceps. That word bi denotes 2, triceps, 3, quadriceps, 4 muscles pertaining to the legs. So these are some of the things that we can identify with, knowing that we're working certain muscles are being helpers, knowing that we're working more than just one muscle, depending on what muscle is being worked on.
Is it free for high school students?
Definitely, it's definitely free.
And how does that benefit them?
Well, it's free, which is a huge benefit. Okay, now it benefits them in many ways, because here it's taught on the introductory level, and we have what we call career pathways, which related to this course would be physical therapy aid and kinesiology. These are 2 courses that's related to this course. And the way it's formatted is that this course is basically level 1. Okay, it introduces them to the next phase, which would be physical therapy aid, and that deals with rehabilitation, exercises for rehab and post-rehab. And finally, we would get to kinesiology. Now, kinesiology is more or less the science of movement, knowing how to move, knowing the biomechanics of a certain position, knowing if you have to retrieve a pencil that's on the floor, knowing to use your knees, knowing what muscles are being worked in the process of bending. So those are the related, I would say, courses pertaining to this class here. And normally when my students complete this class, they move on into that course pathway into physical therapy aid. So it's pretty much in that order: personal fitness trainer, physical therapy aid, followed by kinesiology. But the good thing is that we offer kinesiology in our course outline. And it has many different avenues. Yes, we offer pathways, but on the professional level, there's branches. So even if you, let's say you leave with a kinesiology degree, that also enables you to become employed as, let's say, a health scientist, as a phys ed teacher or instructor. So those are the many benefits of this course.
Beautiful. Let's go for a walk.
Okay, you guys, let's keep it going.
Okay, so how can you certify the teacher? It's not like RN, right? It's registered
No,
or
it's not.
certified?
It's not like an RN. It would be an entry-level nursing program.
它不是 RN， 它就是对一个初级阶段进入的初级阶段护理的项目，它不是那个 registered nurse， 不是 RN。
In United States or in California, we have a program called Certified Nurse Assistant. That individual assists the RN.
Assistant 然后在美国，特别还有他们加州这边，除了就是我们看那个注册护士外，他们还有一个就是护士助理，对，然后他专门培训这些助理来帮助那些护士。
We have another level called Licensed Vocational Nurse, an LVN.
LVN 对。
We do have students, high school students, who are interested in going into registered nursing, going to college and going into registered nursing or becoming a physician. And many of those students take our biomedical courses.
How long will it take you to finish the nursing program?
The certified nursing program is, it's about an 8-week program here. Every 4 days a week for approximately 8 hours a day.
然后4天，一个星期里面4天，一天里面可能会上8个小时。整个这个关于护理的项目会有8个星期的时间来完成。老年护理。Do you have the program that train the nurses for taking care of older people? Nursing?
Yes, the externships for the certified nurse assistants are actually done in convalescent homes for the elderly patients.
So if you have the relevant material or syllabus about they would like to see it.
We will give that to you.
So would you issue the student a certificate or diploma or what kind of thing you will issue to the student?
We issue an industry certificate for each one of our programs. And Atlas, maybe we could share a sample of one of our certificates.
他们有给他们发证书，他们是在哪个区域受的培训，就在这个区域给他们发这个区域的证书。然后你是说职业证书吗？So it's a vocational certificate?
Yes. The front of the certificate will have the student's name and the course that they've completed. The back shows the actual objectives that the student has mastered. So they can take that out when they're going out for a job, and their future employer will know exactly those skills that they have mastered.
Over in these rooms over here, we have actual exam rooms where they can practice what a medical assistant would do.
So there's assistance training.
And we really welcome you and thank you for coming and to seeing our wonderful school.
所以他真心的是欢迎大家能够来参加他们这样的一个机构，谢谢你们过来。 谢谢，谢谢，谢谢你。
And if they happen to choose a career that doesn't require a college degree, but requires skills and training, and they find a way to do that, that they are just as important to us and important to the overall success of America.